sir. Yes, sir. We live. We back, man. Welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Y'all know why I'm here on this Saturday morning, man. Bringing you another edition of the starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel, alright? But before you know, it's the lineup review. Going over yesterday's slate, so pull up a chair, man. Let's talk about it. If you're new to the channel, just hit the subscribe button. Thank me later, alright? Turn your notification bell on so you can be here rocking with us every day when the videos drop. Also, one small favor, all I ask of you is just get that thumbs up, a quick tap, man. You know what it does, man. It gets that good karma rolling for you, man. That can bring you back in later on the day, all right? Get some good karma in your life. Hit that thumbs up. Now, last night's slate was another rough one, man. I'm on a little 2-day skid here. But we'll bounce back and get it back on track tonight. Yeah, this is my best lineup. 293 over here in the $1.20 max. At the top, DeJounte Murray let me down. Horrible performance out of him. It ain't horrible, but definitely expected more. 16% on 37 fantasy points. Definitely needed some more out of him. Karis LeVert got pretty chalky as well he should once that Darius Garland news came out. He gave 30 fantasy points. He was solid. Michael Porter Jr. let me down. This was the game that, this the game that's why they teach you don't predict blowouts. I really thought Denver was going to crush them. I didn't think it was no way the Spurs would hang in this one. And y'all know what I tell you all the time. Whenever I think it's a blowout, I look at some of the ancillary pieces, not necessarily the superstar, because those are the guys that get you to the blowout. When the role players have good games along with the stars, that's what makes the blowout. So we wanted to look. I wanted some Michael Porter Jr. I wanted some Aaron Gordon. I got a little KCP. Just thought this game would be a blowout. Did not foresee the Spurs winning this one. So Michael Porter Jr. definitely fell for us in this spot with 10 fantasy points. Got DeAndre Hunter here, 7% on. He was my pivot to John Collins yesterday, man. I didn't want to go to all that John Collins ownership. So DeAndre Hunter is a guy who's going to see 30 to 35 minutes on a nightly basis. And he ended up having a solid game for us. 7% on, right at 30 fantasy points, pushing 6x here. The only thing John Collins still did pretty decent, so it didn't matter. I think John Collins got like 22 fantasy points, so he didn't crush Collins' production, so it really didn't matter too much. Jared Allen 6'2", you saw him on yesterday's video, 13% on, gave 38 fantasy points. I like the matchup. I thought it improved for him once Garland was out. Thought he could get a couple of more, maybe put back shot opportunities or something, but not quite. But he was still solid for us at 38 fantasy points. Spencer Dinwiddie, I just wanted to get to him as well as part of the Smedium 3. We like that over there. 7,300, 19% on, man. He gave you 54 fantasy points. Definitely a nice outing from Spencer Dinwiddie. Kyle Anderson, 18% on, man. Wanted to just run back in that game. I liked that game environment. Thought it would be one of the more popular games on yesterday's slate, but judging by the ownership, it wasn't too popular. We got the Kyle Anderson. He gave you 43 fantasy points, 18% on. Very nice from him. And then Jamal Murray here at the bottom. Like I said, I just wanted to get to those other Nugget guys other than Jokic. But the game being close and Jokic ended up going off. Jamal Murray was solid, though. 51 fantasy points from him. Let's go look at FanDuel. FanDuel at the top, man. Fred VanVleet. You see what I told y'all on yesterday? Let's talk about it. You see what I told y'all on yesterday's video why I don't like taking Raptors, man. The Raptors I was heavy on yesterday were Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. Every Raptor went off but them two, man. I absolutely hate picking the Raptor. I'm telling you, when you see a Raptor on this video, pick the other Raptor, because the one I like is not going to get there, man. That's why I hate picking the Raptors. Got Fred VanVleet, 38% on. He only gave you 33 fantasy points. Him other point guard, got some Ricky Rubio in here. Just a result of that Garland news being, I thought Rubio could see about 25 minutes in this spot, and he's a productive point guard, especially in the assist category. Only gave you 20 fantasy points right here. Okay, definitely needed more. Karis LeVert, once again, everybody's chalk, 33%. He gave you right at 30 fantasy points over here. Got the Anthony. I had plenty of Anthony Simons on FanDuel, man. Plenty of them at 6'1". Once I knew he was starting, I knew he had full run. 6'1" is just was a great price on Anthony Simons. I had plenty of him yesterday. He gave us 38 fantasy points. Very solid outing from him. Jaden McDaniels was just a value piece trying to get to that Brooklyn, Minnesota game once again. 17% on, gave 24 fantasy points. DeAndre Hunter, told you that was my favorite from John Collins. Had a lot of him as well. 12% on, he gave us 29 fantasy points. Got Keldon Johnson in this particular lineup, and you'll see why in a minute. 45 fantasy points from him. Michael Porter absolutely destroyed me, 8.6. And then I had Jokic at the center spot. So over on FanDuel, the center most important spot. So in this particular lineup, with me going Jokic, it's just simple. What has to happen for Jokic to have a ceiling game? Well, the Spurs have to be in the game. So I went with the leading scorer over there from the Spurs, Keldon Johnson. Got him low on at 6.4%. So very solid combination right here. Just didn't put the rest of the pieces together. Got Keldon Johnson at 6% on and Jokic at 14% on. But like I said, overall, just a rough day across both sites. Let's get this little 2-day skid corrected and get going. Now, it's going to be tough today. This is about to be a wild one over here. Large slate, so much questionable news. Though. This could turn to absolute madness depending on how these questionable tags break. It could be an all-out free-for-all. But the only thing is, we don't got a whole lot of superstars to pay up for tonight. We don't even know if Giannis is playing. So, let's get into the breakdown, man. At the top, point guard, I like C.J. McCollum. Anticipating Brandon Ingram out. Now, that's strictly if Brandon Ingram is out. You can play him if Brandon Ingram is. He's a solid play, but I'm not going to be as high on him if Ingram plays because, that's the primary offensive weapon over there. But if Ingram's out, free up more use of C.J. McCollum, a few more shot opportunities. I'm going to like getting to him, especially in this great matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. C.J. McCollum will have to carry them across the finish line. So I love getting C.J. McCollum if Brandon Ingram is out tonight. At the shooting guard, could be Jaden Harden season. We know Luka is out. Kyrie is questionable. I think the thoughts is he going to miss. So if he misses that, it's officially Jaden Harden season. 3,100. I expect him to move into the starting lineup. We've seen him produce in these spots before this season. I like going to him at the flat men. Nice matchup against Memphis here. And in that same game, I'm staying with his compadre, Tim Hardaway Jr., 5,300. If no Luka and no Kyrie out there, Tim Hardaway is going to let that thing fly. You hear me? He probably get about 25 shot attempts if both of them guys miss. So definitely want to get to Tim Hardaway Jr. if Irvin and Luka is out as well. Primarily a scorer now. It's going to be all scoring. So if he comes out and that shot is off, he probably going to kill us. But he for sure going to take him. That's a fact. We just need him to make him in this spot here against the Grizzlies. I like getting to Tim Hardaway Jr. At the power forward, I go Jason Tatum, the one pay-up option that we know it should be out there, him and Steph Curry today. So I like getting to Jason Tatum here. Nice matchup against the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks on the second night of a back-to-back. So maybe, hopefully they can stay in this one and the Celtics don't blow them out. But the Hawks have been playing well, man. They trying to get acclimated to Quinn Snyder's offense over there. Trey has been playing really well over the past couple of games. So hopefully they can keep this one tight. I like getting to Jason Tatum here at 10-6. And then at the center spot, DeAndre Ayton going against the Sacramento Kings. Should be a very good game. I'm interested in seeing this one. And I'm looking for Ayton to pick back up his scoring. With no KD, we should see his scoring tick back up to where it was early in the year. So hopefully he can get the 20 to 25 point mark. He going to be on the glass down there battling with Sabonis. Hopefully he can fall into one or two blocks. He's not a huge block guy, but he has games with multiple blocks. So hopefully we can get some of that here tonight in a nice matchup against the Sacramento Kings. This game is going to play fast. I like all parts of this game. I like Fox, Sabonis, CP3, and Booker. I like this game here. Fox is one of my favorites too as well. He's going to run by old man CP3, man. They're going to definitely need some help. But I like this whole game environment. I like getting the Aiden at 7,500. Looking for him to pick up his production here in this spot. All right? The start day you have it, the starting five on DraftKings, C.J. McCollum, Jaden Hardy, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jason Tatum, and DeAndre Ayton. Let's go look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. At the top, I want to look at Steph Curry. I told you it's a couple of pay-up options right now while we waiting on this news. Steph Curry is one of them, and he could be playing without Klay Thompson. So there's definitely a few more shots for Steph. More offense ran through him with no Klay out there. Definitely bodes well for his production, and a nice matchup here against the Milwaukee Bucks. So this should be a nice tightly contested game whether Giannis plays or not. So I'm looking at Steph Curry here at 10K. I love this price tag and I love the matchup. At the shooting guard, stand with Jaden Hardy. I just think Kyrie sits and it's gonna be him in the Tim Hardaway show. And I like him here in this spot at 3,800. Almost a flat man over here on FanDuel. Get him in your lineups if he's starting, gang. At the small forward, I want to look at Buddy Hield. He could be the primary scorer over here for the Pacers. Miles Turner questionable, Tyrese Halliburton questionable, McConnell questionable, Mathurin already ruled out. They working with bare bones over here in a great matchup against the Detroit Pistons. So he should be able to wheel and deal here against this defense and score whenever he wants to, especially if Tyrese Halliburton sits. The ball may be in his hands a little more. I like Buddy Hield at 6,200 in this matchup against the Detroit Pistons. Coming at the power forward, stand with Jason Tatum. He's the thumbnail. You knew he was going to be here. 10-8, like I said, one of the few pay-up options, like paying with Steph Curry here. It's definitely, man, you definitely can do stars and scrubs tonight. But like I said, the only problem is it's not a whole lot of stars to go to. But like Jason Tatum in this matchup against Atlanta, you know what he does, man. We just need him to come out and perform. And then at the center spot, maybe this unlocks Christian Wood. Finally, if Luka and Kyrie sits, maybe it unlocks Christian Wood. Jason Kidd just does not like playing them, but they're going to need some offense going against this Memphis Grizzlies. And Tim Hardaway Jr. and Christian Wood are their best two options if Kyrie and Luka sit. So I'm tentative on Christian Wood. Definitely going to need that starting lineup, man, because Kidd could just still not play him. They do not like Christian Wood over there, or he does not. But like Christian Wood here at 6K. There you have it, man. Your starting five for FanDuel. Christian Wood, Jason Tatum, Buddy Hield, Jaden Hardy, and Steph Curry. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. You know they're going to be in mine. That's going to do it for us here today, man. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's get it.